What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. And if you like characters like Supergirl, head over to my newsletter. You can sign up and get a free graphic novel of My Flying Sparks, which features a character, Metagirl, who I think has a little bit better on the character side, and we'll get into that in a second here. This is Supergirl Volume 1 of the New 52. I don't often review slim trade paperbacks on this channel. I like the big, thick collections or omnibuses as much as I possibly can, but this has not been collected anywhere else, and so I picked up the full run of this. And I actually was reading this story back when there were single issues of it. This came out, I saw the writer Mike Johnson talk at San Diego Comic-Con right before this was about to release. And not only did he seem very competent, he's a super nice guy too. So I was very happy to check this out and read it. And I really love Mahmoud Asrar's art. He's got a style you might, if you're a fan of mine, you probably recognize a similarity between what he does and what Jethro Morales does. And just good stuff. So, you know, the art really won me over. The writing, again, was competent. And that's where we go. Now, this is the New 52, so they reset everything, except for not in the universe at the time here. So it's kind of a weird situation where this all went down. DC, it's a soft reset, so DC totally reset some characters, started off other characters as if they're already going, and kept whatever continuity they wanted and ditched whatever continuity they didn't want. It was a real mess, and there was really no clear, I guess, direction for the entire line at the time, as much as they attempted it to be. So some books are better than others. And this one was actually one of the solid ones. It didn't get much attention at the time. And I think that's just because it is the character Supergirl who never really gets the attention she deserves. But it was another reset where she's coming back to Earth again. I mean, if you followed the pre-New 52 stuff, which I've reviewed on the channel, you can go find that. It started with Jeff Loeb rebooting the character. She comes to Earth, and she's a little jailbait, you know, over-sexualized character who then has this, like, dark past, and the Kryptonians are evil, and it kind of didn't fit very well. So this one, she comes to Earth, and she's confused, and it doesn't start off with some weird plot going on like that. It just starts off with her being confused and some people trying to hunt her down with some big robots, and I always like books with big robots, so that helps. So, like I said, I really like this art style. It's like it's got manga influence a little bit, you can tell, but it still maintains that comic integrity. The one thing I don't love, and I think this was Jim Lee's design, is her costume version in this, and most of it's fine. I like the cape. I like these little boots. They're pretty neat, even though you probably don't need these knee things. But she's got like a diaper, and so it is a little distracting to see her wear the diaper periodically. And so, you know, she, of course, meets Superman at the end of the first issue after kind of establishing herself. And then we get back a little history in Krypton. She thought Kal-El was a little kid at that point, and they have their knockdown, drag-out fight because they have to do that. Now, background gets told, and then it turns out the people who were after her are part of this guy's Tycho, Simon Tycho. And he has this space station. He's a Lex Luthor style character, but his own. And he's got an assistant. He's got some weird lab where he's doing a bunch of stuff. He's a trillionaire. So what's nice about this is Mike Johnson is actually establishing that she has her own villains, which has never really been established before. And I mean, honestly, you go through Supergirl, and you know you have to go back to Daring Adventures of Supergirl in the 70s to really see her have her own villains like that were kind of made up for her. And so it's really setting the stage for her to be her own comic. Now, this is an interesting one. There was somebody on the art assist on this credited for issue 3, so it looks a little bit different. And a lot of the coloring on this issue gets really different also. I like it in some ways. It's very, yeah, I don't know. You know, the first issue's coloring was very nice. This is more of a muted palette, so it's an interesting change there. But they capture Supergirl in her space station, and they're figuring out kryptonite. And then Supergirl finally escapes, blows up the station. That's the first arc. The second arc, she actually goes to Argo City, which is like this floating city that she's from, where Krypton was destroyed. And she meets this new villain, again, her own villain, called Rain, who's like this, called this world killer, and she was genetically manipulated by Kryptonians, and she doesn't know why, but she thinks it's to kill worlds, because obviously that's the name. And so we learn a little bit more about her background, but there's still quite a mystery to uncover here. And then Rain kicks Supergirl's butt, comes back to Earth, and then they have a knockdown, drag-out battle where the other world killers show up. And again, just like very dynamic, good art all the way through with Mahmoud Asrar's art through this. I think he's really one of my favorites. And then, the Supergirl beats them pretty well. And very nice splash here. And they back off because they're like, I don't want to actually lose troops at this point. I'll be back and I'll be stronger. So it's a nice way to set up a character and have them come back as an established sort of thing for her actual universe. So I really appreciated the way this was set up. It was excellent all the way around. Writing was very good. The art was very good. And it's one of the most, I'd say, if you're looking to read a Supergirl book, this is one where it's like, this feels like Supergirl should feel, and it actually is her own character. A lot of the other ones were, she's tacking along with Clark, or didn't really know what to do, or, they just haven't worked out very well. This is a good start. I don't remember how most of this volume ended. I kind of dipped out of comics for a little bit for a while there. So I look forward to catching up and seeing what I missed of this run here. But good stuff so far, very enjoyable. And I'd say this is a 9 out of 10. This is one of those underrated gems you're not going to find people talking about very much. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. We will be back soon.